Okay, I don't know what happened. But my connection died, so it should be back now. Sorry. I don't know where it died out, though. Ooh, check out this harvestman. Oh, he's running away. Oh, he's... Damn, he's fast. He's all black and red. There's a couple of them. Okay, so anyway, I don't know where it cut out, but you guys can see the problem here. So this whole gasket here, all of this, these are all broken off, and they're old. Look at that, it just pops right off. And it's all cracked and brittle. Fucking A. So I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab one of the sponges from inside. I'm gonna hit Alt. See, look, there's some caulking or something they put down there that was really horrible. I'm just gonna try and clean all this stuff up. If I need to, I'll caulk this window back up. So yeah, yeah, this whole outside here can be probably recaulked. Can't really see it. Can you see it here? Yeah, all of this. There's a couple spots here where it's fucked up. What's the problem? What are you doing? Alright, Bon, I'll see you later. What about this thing here? I probably gotta clean all that up too, right? That way it can properly sit in there. Ugh, got my work cut out for me. Be happy you're outside. What are you getting all stressed out about? Because you can't run off? See, so this is the hose that I got. Let me show you. Right? You see the size and the shape of this thing? Now watch, I'm going to show you what the hose is that I need to replace underneath the vehicle. Oh, there's a huge web here too. Okay. See this hose here? That's the one that's got to go. Look at it. Can you see how it's all swollen? It's like, I don't know if you can really tell. So this, I can pretty much squeeze it with my hand, but you're not supposed to be able to. It's like completely swollen and old, and I think like right here, there might be a really small leak. So I think I'm gonna, or this can be tightened more. Maybe I just need to tighten this here, this clamp. I haven't found the fucking cap. I've been looking everywhere for it this morning. When I had sun, I was out here for like a half hour, and I was going through underneath here looking for it. I think I'm just gonna have to move the vehicle and see if it falls out somewhere. But I've checked I mean, obviously I haven't checked everywhere I would have found it, but I don't know where the hell it could have fallen. There's not many places it could have went, to be honest. Like, okay, so here's the piece, right? This is the piece that it was attached to. The cap is about that tall, and it's got clamps on the back that go into the hole to hold it in place. So when I pulled this through, it went through the vehicle underneath here. See, like under there. And then it must have hit the oil cap on the way out through here. And then all of a sudden that oil cap had to have fallen through here. So this is the area it fell through, right? Let me move this fan. It's not on the fan or it would have fallen right now. This is a new hose I replaced too for the radiator. It's kind of long, but it fits. It's longer than the other one that was here. The other one was just like an L pipe that went down. So since this is bendable, it was easier to put. And I got it nice and clamped into here, so there's no leaks here. But back to the cap. I don't fucking see it anywhere. And back here is right where I was with the engine. But Ganja, you were right last night. I was able to get a clamp, a vice grip thing. And I was able to do this, look. I got the pin off that you were telling me to try taking off to make it easier for me. So the pin that was in here, I pulled out. So what I did was I grabbed the vice grip and I put a paper towel around it so it wouldn't get like super scratched up or nicked or anything. But you can see it's already bent, right? It's not really a straight piece of pipe. It's bent. So yeah, I could bend it back a little bit, but that's why I was having such a hard time removing it, because it doesn't spin regularly. Like it doesn't spin like you would spin it. You have to like go around. So by putting this tool on it, it made it way easier for me to remove it. But you were right. So what I did was I went and got a new one of these gaskets today. So thank you for that. I mean, when you told me that last night and I spun it a little bit, it was like loose, but not really. And I couldn't really spin it no matter how hard I tried. So I was like, I'm just going to try using the tool and grabbing it. And if I break it, fuck it, I'll buy a new one. And it came off. So it does look like it was done before many times, because the edges underneath this paper towel are completely stripped up. So that gave me another clue that someone had removed it at some point. The spring kit for this I found at the store. It's only a couple bucks as well, so I'm probably gonna get new springs. I think from what I saw, it connects here. I think it connects here to this, because it's supposed to pull this back, and it's supposed to pull this to stay back here until you let it go for the to change gears and all that when you move this knob. So I have to look at the schematics online to make sure exactly where the springs are supposed to attach to, but I believe from what I saw, it's attached to the wrong place. And if it is attached to the right place here, the back part is not right. So that I'll have to figure out too. Let me see where my dog is. Yeah, the suspension's... I need to bring the light down here. Maybe put my gloves on and just start putting my hands back there. Let me check the other side. I don't see anything down there either. That's probably one of the spots it would connect to. And back here, look, these things are all loose because they're not... There's no bolt holding them in place or anything. Which, I mean, it's not really that big of a problem, but it might scrape up against the tire here and there at some point when I'm making like sharp turns and shit. So I'll have to figure some of that out. I see how they're clamped up there. Okay, so no cap though. And maybe in here, like in one of these holes or something, it might have fallen and gotten stuck. I checked in here. There's no way for it to get in here because the radiator's in the way, and then the AC compressor thing or the cooler thing. I did also follow the wires for the horn, and I found, oops, sorry, went limp there for a second. So I followed the wires for the horns, and they're all connected. So the fuse is in, the fuse doesn't look like it's burnt out either. So it's got to be a connection. I got to just follow it around and then rewire some things and see if I can get it to work. So I'm making some progress, even though it's not super fast progress. At least I'm kind of seeing what's going on. That cap is really bothering me though, because I'm like super scared to turn on the motor. Well, in the meantime, while Luna's behaving and before I wash that thing, let's get this thing back on real quick, because there's no reason for it to be completely off right now. Especially now that I got the stuff all to get it put back together. What up, Allison? Yeah, like this is that spot where we were looking, right? I don't feel any caps down here, nor see anything. Let me bring the light closer. Yeah, it had to have fallen back there. There's no way it would have fallen here, because it would have came disconnected back before the AC compressor, and it would have fallen on the ground. Luna, stay here. Okay. Everything's so rusty, man. It had to have fallen like in between the fan shroud and where like the oil pump and everything else is down there. I feel like it fell on the ground and I'm just blind and I'm not seeing it. Oh, and I gotta get these wires up too. God damn, they're such a mess. Alright, let me figure out the best spot for this. Maybe right here. There we go. Oh my god, Footloose is playing. I'm gonna have to turn on my music in my laptop in a minute. And actually, when I do that, I can turn on the TTS as well. That way I can hear what you guys are saying while I'm working on this stuff. Oh, this disconnect comes up? Oh, it does. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's all dusty or dirty and stuff. I'm gonna hit it with some of this. Hey Luna, welcome to my home. Just kidding. Where's that shady toothbrush? Here it is. Should have put some dielectric grease on that or something. Okay, that can go in there. These can probably go in here too, right? Just kind of keep them out of the way. And this. This can stay here. That can stay there. Hey, thanks for subscribing. Why would somebody switch from smoking weed to smoking cigarettes? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You're supposed to go the other way around. What are you doing? Come here. Oh, she unlatched the door, so she's getting kind of confused about what's going on. What's the problem? What? You want to go out to the street? You can't go out to the street. Ow, fuck. I just put my hand down on like a nail. Right there. Raspberry jam. I have strawberry jam. Is ketchup your gecko? If so, they are supposed to eat their shed because it's nutritional for them. So it's okay if they eat their own skin. She's watching some lady who just jogged by. Hey Jay, what's up? Welcome back. Uh-oh. What do you see? No, Elizabeth, to get any more animals, so I don't think I'm going to be doing that. I do want to do a couple of trips where I leave town with Luna and go camping with her and stuff, and I couldn't do that if I had a fox because I don't have anybody to actually watch any pets like that around here. At least like when I was in Florida, I had people that I could ask to stop by and check on the animals, like family and stuff, but I don't know anyone out here really that can constantly do that for me, so it's probably better that I don't. Chet, you really like that song, huh? You know, the guys who actually wrote that song, the Real Life, that's the name of the band, or the group, whatever. They're called Real Life. But the guy who actually wrote the song in real life contacted the band and told us that they liked our version the best out of other people who have covered it in the past. So I thought that was really cool. It was an honor to hear from them to say that. What you doing? Yeah, I think Dearborn has the email somewhere. I think he saved it. He might have even framed it, if I remember correctly. What? What's the problem? Come on, you're hitting my phone. You're gonna log me out again. she wants to go running off, and she sees people that like jog by, and she wants to go. You're gonna go inside if you're gonna be a butthead, okay? Because I took you for a walk already. I didn't go for a full walk because everyone has their dogs out, you know? Hungry? Yes, I'm hungry. I haven't actually eaten yet today. I was gonna make myself some salmon and rice again. Like I made that one night. Salmon, rice, and cheese. What's up? What? We can't go right now. I have to finish putting this car back together so we can go on fun trips and not be stuck at home all the time. Okay? You have a legitimate question? Okay, go ahead. If you talk shit, I'm gonna ignore you next time you say that. How old is Luna? She's 5. She just turned 5 this year. It's not just leopard geckos that eat their shed. Most geckos do. Like you'll see crested geckos doing it. Crested geckos are kind of cool when they do it because you see them actually grab the skin off their eye and like pull it off and eat it. And sometimes you see them eating it like spaghetti, where they're just like sucking it into their mouth and it's like peeling off their back. It's kind of gross, but kind of cool to watch at the same time. But yeah, a lot of geckos actually do that. I don't think all geckos eat their skin, but I think most do. Giant day geckos do. I used to call them giant gay geckos. They're really... Don't get those as pets though, because even if you touch them, their skin just like falls off. They're really, really sensitive to being touched by humans and stuff, so they don't really make that great of pets, but they're really pretty. The Geico gecko is a giant day gecko. You didn't have a 20 long tank, so you didn't get a gecko, a crested. Yeah, cresteds are really cool. They're really docile and they let you hold them and stuff. I had that one here at my house for like a year that belonged to Kaden, but she ended up, I think she has it back at her house now. It's either at her house or at Whitney's house. Oh yeah, those big lychee geckos. Yeah, I think they're, I think they can be pretty much tamed down to where you can hold them and they're not trying to get away from you. But I've seen a lot of them that are kind of like sketchy too, you know. It depends on whether or not they're wild or if they're actually captive born. So if you're going to get a lizard like that, definitely get a captive born, because they're going to be way less skittish, especially if it comes from a reputable breeder, because it means that they've like selectively bred all of the really good ones. What is a lychee gecko? Look them up. Just put it into Google. My head could fit in her mouth. Luna, you have a big mouth. Don't ever eat me, okay? I had people in my comments saying that she's gonna eat me one day. I mean, I guess there's worse ways to go, right? You saw a time lapse of a gecko tail regeneration? That's awesome. Yeah, not all geckos get their tails back either. And even like iguanas, if you cut a piece of their tail off, if it's not too long of a piece, it'll grow back, but it always grows back like this weird scarred brown color. It never looks perfect after it falls off. But crested geckos, they'll drop their tails and they don't grow back, and then they just look silly with like a stumpy tail. Are you giving me your paw again? Yes, their eyes do change color, Jay. When they're babies, they're born with their eyes pretty much like a bluish greenish color, kind of like the colors of my eyes. And then as they get older and the light hits their the cones in their eyes, it pretty much, the light burns the cones and turns them into like a grayish or a yellowish orangish color. You'll never really see wolf dogs that are mid content and high content that have blue eyes, because wolves don't naturally have blue eyes. So usually, like, if you'll see wolf dogs with blue eyes as babies, they look gorgeous, but then they lose them over time. Like within 3 to 4 months, their eyes change to a different color. If you look at Luna's old pictures from when she was a puppy, you'll see that her eyes were pretty much like a blue-green color, and then they changed. Another thing is they don't have any pink spots on them. Like, you know how some dogs have like pink on their nose or on their paws, on their pads, and wolf dogs don't have that. Also, they have like more rounded ears instead of the big pointy ears that you'll see on shepherds. And wolves aren't naturally black either, but Luna gets her black color from being mixed with a German shepherd, even though her mom was completely white. And over time, Luna is supposed to phase to a white color as she gets older. So that's why you actually see so much white on her now in comparison. Your cat had blue eyes as a kitten? Yeah, most organic beings like mammals are gonna be born like that with different color eyes, and then the light changes it. White or gray for what, the eyes? Well, or do you mean the color? Big enough for Uber's neck? Yeah, her mouth is big enough for that. I know, I was just messing around about the comment I made last night too, or this morning. I know that what he did was an accident, but how do you not know? How many times has it been in the news that people have left their animals or their babies in their car and that they died because of the heat within like less than 15 minutes? So, like, for him to even think that it's okay to do that was ridiculous. Even with the AC running in my RV, I would be really scared to walk away and go into a store leaving Luna alone. I would certainly never leave her alone in my Honda, that's for sure. Even with the AC running, I wouldn't. So I don't understand why he would do that. It just, like, my friend, I had an old drummer for my band Desaad that I used to play for before I joined Dead Star. My drummer, he was a really cool kid. I don't know whatever ended up happening to him, but he had this big bulldog. I think they're called bulldogs, right? The one with the really droopy faces that are like short and fat and they have trouble breathing. Their faces are all smushed in. Those are bulldogs, right? He had one of those. His name was Brutus, and he had like this huge van, like one of those like raper vans. And he would go to stores, like if he went to Home Depot or like Walmart or something, he would leave the big door on the side of the van completely open, and he would leave the dog sitting on the seat in the car. And American Bulldog? Okay. No, it wasn't a French Bulldog. I think it was American Bulldog. So, no, it wasn't a pug either. So then he basically would go in the store, do whatever he had to do, and when he came back out, his dog would still be sitting there on the van chair. Like, he would just chill. That was so cool. I always used to be like, dude, how are you going to leave your dog, like, with the door open? Somebody's just going to come and take your dog. But he's like, no, trust me, he won't let anybody touch him when I'm not around. So, he used to just sit there in the fucking van. That dog was awesome. Like, we used to do this thing called trash night, where we would all pile into the van. His dog would come with us too, and we would keep that big van door on the side completely open, and we would go driving like 40 miles an hour through the neighborhood and like picking up people's trash cans. And when we hit like 40 miles an hour, we would let the trash can go into somebody else's trash can, and all the trash would just explode and go flying everywhere. We thought it was the funniest thing in the world, but now that I'm older, I realize how much of a fucking asshole thing that was to do. Don't ever do that. I mean, if I had my trash out and then I came out in the morning and my trash was all over my fucking yard, I'd be pissed. But they thought it was hilarious, and they used to take me with them. We used to all go and do that, and the dog would sit there and enjoy it too. I was like, what a fucked up dog. The dog enjoyed doing trash night. Luna, you want to take the RV on a ride for trash night? We'll keep this door open on the side, and we'll just like do drive-bys. Hey, Natasha, what's up? Okay, let me see. This is how we do it. I hear it. That's what that guy's listening to right now. When I was younger, I used to go to this place called Galaxy Skateway in Florida. It was like a skating rink for roller skating. My sister used to work there, so I used to be able to skate for free sometimes, and I would go there to meet up with my friends and like make out with girls in high school and stuff. So, or I think that was middle school. That wasn't even high school. Jeez. They would have like all-nighters where our parents would drop us off, and they would lock the doors at midnight, and nobody would be allowed to leave or come in. And like people could just like skate all night and hang out. That was like the funnest thing to do back then. And this song, This Is How We Do It or whatever, it used to play all the fucking time because that's when that song was big. And we used to like skate to that fucking song. I know that was a gay story, but whatever. It's the good old days, man. It's the good old days. Shit, where'd it go? I dropped it. Thought I lost it. You miss Florida? Why does roller skating make you die? Okay, this thing, I should probably move these for a second. This thing should go in here, right? Yeah. It's blue, though. It looks so stupid. Whatever. Whatever. Okay, let me put that one down there. Is there another hose? Or, not hose. Another wire. This one. This is the second, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So maybe... Is there another latch? Why is this so close? Oh my god, this is so ridiculous. Okay, so this one... Why is it here? It has nothing to connect to. This doesn't make any sense. Maybe this... Does this go here? No, it doesn't. It doesn't even fit here. What about this one? What's this? This is the fourth one? No. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, this is the second one. Why is it all the way down here? Oh my god, this is all tangled up. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't want to pull the wrong one out. Why did they make this so difficult? Whoever wired this before. Does that go up there? I should probably put it out of the way. It should stay back here, I think, but I'm definitely going to go back around here, so I'm not... okay, there we go. Now it's at least not all tangled up. That one can stay. This wire harness needs to go below this. Alright, that's good. What else fits in there? I don't even know what these wires are to. Okay, that goes there. This can come off. Okay, now these can go underneath here. And they'll fit better. Okay. Now they're out of the way. Cable management. Luna, I see what you're doing. She's starting to chew up the wire. Let me go check on her. What are you doing? I saw you chewing on the wire. Are you tangled? Or do you just want to go back in? Hey, can you not try to chew that up? All right, I'm gonna bring her inside. We're gonna go in, okay? Okay, good. She wasn't able to get at this to eat it. Her harness is still alive. She didn't eat it. Okay, good. All right, I'm gonna bring her in. Let's go inside. Okay? You wanna go lay down in bed? Come here, we're gonna go inside. It's so dark. Hey Sarmando, what's up, man? What's going on? We're gonna take this all off, okay? Come here. Can I unflip this without you being a butthead? Good girl. Hold on, I'm trying to take it off here. There you go. Let me take this top part off. You're good. Good girl. Come here, let me take your collar off. Come here. Come. Alright, whatever. Alright, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick while I'm inside. So just hang out here with Luna for a minute and then I'll be right back. Are you gonna hang out here or are you gonna go upstairs? She just dipped and left you guys, huh? forget to wash your hands. I did wash my hands. I had to get all the black stuff off my hands from the dirt outside. I think it's that time. I think it's about that time. It's starting to get dark out. So let me take care of something real quick. We'll go outside. Yeah, I do rent a house. I mentioned this before in a couple other live streams, but basically my friend out here, one of her best friends owns this house, and I met her. She was really cool. She works for the military, so she's actually not in town ever, so she let me stay at the house. I've been paying rent. She made an agreement with me, and I have the option to buy the house if I want to. So if I decide one day that I really love it here and I want to stay, all the money that I've been paying for rent, she said she'll put towards the cost of the house and deduct that. So I'm not even like under any contract or anything, which kind of sucks for my credit score, but it's okay because it was supposed to be like a temporary thing for me until I figure out what I want to do. Because I don't know, like, there's nothing around here. I just needed to kind of like clear my head and be in peace for a while. So I kind of just like up and left and went to a place where nobody is. You know, there's like very few people that live here in this town. It's extremely small. And I think she bought another house somewhere else, pretty much outside of the country. So she's letting me stay here for as long as I want, if I decide I want to keep it. Am I okay? That's a big sigh. Yeah, because I'm thinking in my head of all the stuff that I have to do, and there's a whole lot of it. Let's see if this guy answered me back. Not yet. Okay, cool. I just don't want to miss the message about the modem because I'm going to need that like this week. Because I'm going to have like a week or two to really test everything out and see if I want to keep it. And it's expensive, so I have to make sure that I really like it if I do. But I have like a lot of really good ideas, and if it works to pan out some of these ideas I've been looking to do, then I'm going to keep it for sure. I'm just going to have to work really hard to be able to afford it. Okay, in the meantime, you would get super lonely. Yeah, it gets super lonely, but that's why I stream and I talk to you guys and hang out with you guys. Even though literally I'm just kind of in a room right now, like talking to myself. There's no one really here, but you guys respond, so mentally that makes me feel like I'm with people, you know? Yeah, I got the Live View bundle because, okay, in order for the Live View to work, you have to have their, well, to work for what I need it for, you have to have their cloud service. And their cloud service, it allows you to bond network connections together. So you can have up to 3 modems working together, and it takes the connection from all 3 modems and it brings it up to their cloud server, makes it one connection, and then sends that to YouTube or Facebook or wherever you want to stream live. So what ends up happening is if I'm out in the middle of nowhere and my T-Mobile connection's really bad, and then I also have let's say a Verizon and an AT&T card, it can bundle up like all of the connections from AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile to make one connection that's like really fast. And so if I'm in the middle of nowhere and my T-Mobile's bad and I'm trying to live stream with my cell phone, you guys are just gonna see a bunch of laggy video and it's gonna look like shit. And I can dumb down the resolution, but then you guys are just gonna see a bunch of pixelated video. It's not gonna look as good as this. So the Live View is an actual encoder, and what it does is it takes your video from a camera or an HDMI source. So I can have like, I'm not going to be streaming from my cell phone when I get the Live View. I actually have an action cam I bought. You can use the GoPro too because it has an HDMI out, but I'm pointing back here because I have a shelf with my GoPros on it. So that's why I'm pointing, but anyway. So the GoPro has a really bad mic. And I have 2 GoPros. I have the GoPro Hero 3 Plus or whatever it's called, and then I have the 5. And the 5 is great resolution, has amazing wide view video, but it has a really shitty mic, and then it has a problem with the sensor on my specific GoPro, where if I shoot anything that's high white, like the sky or like a screen, like a computer screen or something, it puts all these black lines through the video wherever it's white. It's like there's an error in the sensor. So I could use my GoPro to stream when I get the live view, but it's not going to be that great. And you guys are going to complain about the audio. You're going to complain about the black lines coming up on the screen. So I decided to just get the Sony Action Cam, because it's actually like a 4K camera. So it's got amazing resolution, and it's HDMI out, so I can use it with the live view. And all of this stuff's coming this week. I'm getting it Tuesday and Wednesday. I don't know when the modem's gonna come, but in the meantime, I can try to use the tethering from my phone and my Wi-Fi to at least test it out. And then once the modem comes, we can go out, and I'm gonna do a bunch of streams. Like, I'm gonna go to a couple of my favorite spots where I have no phone connection and see if I can actually live stream there. And if I can, I'll be really fucking happy, because they're like really remote places, if you know what I mean. So yeah, anyway, your cat paused your live stream. You're gonna have to hit that live button and get back to the real time. So I was thinking about a few things also this morning and last night and everything before I went to bed. And I was kind of wondering, like, what I really want to do with my channel, right? I have a lot of things that I can do with it, because you guys have seen me do like lots of different subjects. I do tutorial videos, I've done music videos with the band stuff, I've done like animal videos, whatever. I've done so many different kinds, gaming, live streams, like all that shit. So I guess at the end of the day, mind you, it's gonna be something that's just, I'm just gonna fucking record shit from my life and have like a way to go back and reference all of it and everything, you know? Like, I've always done that anyway, but I've always taken the time to like really edit my videos and make it, to like take out all the boring parts and everything else. But then when I go back and watch those videos years later, I'm like, man, I wish I could have seen all the other stuff that happened in between all those moments that I get to cut out all the time and no one really gets to see. And I know it's not always going to be fun. Sometimes it's like really boring or whatever, but at least like I have record of it, and once I'm gone, it's all up on the internet, so fuck it. You guys can watch it forever and ever. Yeah, so one thing that I've always done with the channel is definitely, I've always just done what interests me. And that's why I have so many different things that I post about, because I don't want to be one of those people who are on YouTube who just post about one thing, like just a fucking tech channel, or, you know, just a gaming channel. And I know those channels do well a lot faster because they're like, they hit a niche. So they end up getting like hundreds of thousands of subscribers within like months. And that would be awesome, you know, because it would help me accomplish a lot of the things I want to do financially, but I don't want to be that, you know? Like, I want to be able to do what's interesting to me at the moment. Like, right now, I'm interested in working on the RV, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on the RV and get it to a point where I'm happy with it. Then who knows what I'll work on next, you know? Well, I guess the next thing I'm going to be working on is the fucking live view stuff, because I'm going to do a bunch of videos about it, and any of you guys who have had questions about the live view, or if you're curious as to how it works and all of the technicalities of it, if you guys want me to do certain tests with it, I'll do it. You know, just tell me like what you want to know about, and I'll end up just, you know, shooting a video about it, or I'll do it live on stream with you guys, because I know a lot of people are always curious as to like what the live view is capable of, and the reason I got really into it is because I watch like all of the CX network and they all run around with the live view. Well, Paul used to run around with a Terra deck, but the Terra deck is like $3-4 grand, and everything that I've seen him do with the Terra deck, he's complained about it, and he's talked about how much of a shit product it is. And the live view is so much cheaper than the Terra deck, so that's why I went with the live view. But nobody ever answers questions about like how it works, what it does, what it's fully capable of. So I figured I would get it. I would make a bunch of videos about it, test it out. If I don't like it, I can just return it. If I decide it's going to work for me and it makes my videos like that much better, then I'll keep it and say, fuck it, I'll find a way to afford it, you know? Aw, thanks, T-Mobile customer. I appreciate that. You want to make out or something? Are you telling me that you're in love with me and you want to make out with my face? I'm not into that, but I mean, I guess if that's what you're into, we can talk about it. I'll deny you, but we can have a discussion. So what you want? Nothing I can give you. So, I don't know. But thank you for coming by and hanging out. I'm gonna finish putting my motor together and learn how to spell faggot. How about them apples, huh? Here, I got something for your butt. Bend over. Let me put this in there. We'll get some really hot, burning coolant fluid so we can make you chill the fuck out with your nasty comments. Alright, you got your attention for the day. You happy? Spaghetto? Is that like a type of spaghetti that gay people make? There's some gay music for you. How do you like that? Are these messages from last night that are just coming through now? Because this doesn't sound like it's from today. Hold on. Oh no, it is from now. It's just behind. So kind of like satellite? No. Okay, so the live view doesn't work off of satellite. It actually works off of the cellular towers. So you can get like a 4G modem, or it's like a LTE 4G modem that's a hotspot. But the difference is, like, if you call T-Mobile and you ask them to do a hotspot that is like, if you have your cell phone bill, okay, that you get normally, and let's say you pay like, you know, $60 a month or whatever for your cell phone bill, and they have an unlimited plan. The way the unlimited plan works on T-Mobile, at least with mine, is I pay about like $75 a month for unlimited. But if I hit over, I think, 4 gigabytes of data on my phone plan, it starts capping me out and it slows me down. And the same thing goes for tethering. So if I take my cell phone and I turn it on tethering mode, it's going to actually tell me that it's like it's working really fast for maybe a few hours, a few days, and then all of a sudden it's going to slow down, and I can go try to like get on Facebook or something, and then it lags forever just to load the page. So that's the way phone plans work, right? You can buy a hotspot and it works the same way. Like if you go to T-Mobile and you ask them for a hotspot, it's like $100 a month. They give you this little box you can walk around with. It's got a SIM card in it, just like your phone does, and it bounces signals off of the towers, and it uses your 4G LTE signal to give you Wi-Fi with this little modem. And the Wi-Fi you can connect to like your laptop or your cell phone while you're traveling, and it gives you like a little bit of a faster speed than like, you know, you would normally get with a cell phone. So you can use it for doing work, like if you have to upload larger files or something while you're out of town. Let's say you're doing like work travel or something. But they're capped as well. So after you go over like 10 gigs of data, like you have to pay a certain, it's like hundreds of dollars a month extra because you've gone over their cap for data. And then what I found is like it ends up coming out to like maybe, I don't know, it could be up to $1,000 a month if you wanted to do it right with the live view. So obviously that's way too expensive just to live stream, to be paying like $1,000 a month for a connection. So there's these other companies that they do unlimited live streaming modems. They have some kind of contract with the providers like T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon that says they can truly do unlimited back and forth. I don't know how that works, but somehow they have some contract that works for it, where I'm going to basically rent a modem from another company. It's going to be completely unlimited, and I have the choice of going with T-Mobile, Verizon, or AT&T. But Verizon is like $300 a month, and then, or it's like $200 to $300 a month, and then you have to put down another $300 just for the sign up. So just to get that modem to my house, I would have to pay like $600. Then there's the AT&T modem, which is going to be like, you know, $300-$400 total to get, but then monthly you have to pay like $150 a month for the connection. So that's why I'm saying like it could get really pricey, especially the live view takes up to 3 modems. So imagine it would cost $150 a month times 3 if you got the Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile modems. But that way, like once you have all 3, you can pretty much stream from anywhere, and you're gonna have like a pretty good connection. So that's the awesome thing about it. It's just really, really pricey. But you know, this is something that I get paid to do. This is my job, like in a sense, and I enjoy doing it. I want to do more. I want to do more outside the house, and I don't want to have to always worry. I can, if I don't like the live view and I think that it's shit and it's not that much better than just live streaming with my cell phone, I can actually just return the live view but keep the modem, and then I can use the modem to have an extra signal for my phone in case T-Mobile's not working in the area that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? It would still be cheaper than having the live view, but it wouldn't bond all the connections. So I'd only be able to use one modem. I wouldn't be able to use 3 separate modems at one time to have like an amazing connection. So that kind of sucks. But I have to kind of pick and choose what I can do at the moment, what I can afford, what's going to be worth it for me to stream, and all of that. Allison got a new dildo. Yeah, it has the $1,000 a month thing that I was saying. That's only if you decided to get a modem or a hotspot from like T-Mobile and all those companies by calling them and creating like a regular cell plan and doing it the way like if you wanted to travel and you wanted a hotspot for your laptop, you would call T-Mobile and you would say, hey, I want to buy a hotspot from you. It's like $100 a month. But if you buy all 3 from the 3 different companies and you don't do this whole other company unlimited plan thing, then you're screwed because they do limit you, and then it ends up coming out to like $1,000 a month because you're going to be paying a bunch of fees. You got to pay for the modems every month. Like everything will add up to probably over $1,000 a month. So what these companies do is they have like a contract where they can charge you less, like $150 a month, and you can truly have unlimited. So that's how that shit works. But when I have it in my hand, I can show it to you guys and it'll make so much more sense. It's like when I explain it to somebody who's never seen it before or never worked with a product like that, it doesn't make any sense. It's confusing. So I'll show you guys once it gets here. It'll make a lot of shit. Yeah, I'm discussing the mobile plans because I'm trying to figure out what the best solution is for me when I get these devices. And I want to test stuff out and let other people know how it works because nobody really knows how all this equipment works right now. There's very few people who actually use it. And I know right now live streaming is becoming really big, and there's a lot of people who are interested in figuring out like how you can properly live stream, because whenever you open up the YouTube app and you try to live stream from that and you just turn it on, it looks like shit. It looks like dog shit. Nobody's ever going to watch any video that somebody's live streaming unless it's like a really, really important video or like from a big live streamer that people already know. Because what everybody's using today is that Streamlabs app, and it knows how to properly configure everything to stream at a certain quality and resolution constantly. YouTube will like degrade the quality to shit, and it looks horrible. So I never use the YouTube app anymore. There's just no reason to use it. It looks really bad. All right, let's put this thing back up here. Finish putting this thing together.
I still can't get your name wall. Hers IGNT check. Say, I don't know any big streamers.
You don't know any other streamers? Yeah, I watch like a bunch of different streamers, but most of the streamers that I watch are either on Twitch or on the CX network on YouTube. I don't really watch other streamers on YouTube that much. I've tried a couple other shows, but I wasn't really happy with them. What is this connected to? This fucking thing. Okay, it goes all the way here. Right? Yeah, this is it. This doesn't need to be here.
Kawakuri fan said David Jaffe sometimes streams. Kawakuri fan said streams.
Can I go through here?
Said I don't trust you Haza. Fox Insana said Owo show. Benjamin said you don't know Grandpa. J Phoenix said do you prefer Twitch or YT?
I prefer YouTube because I don't really have a crowd on Twitch. I don't have like a following at all. Yo, there's a fucking hose missing here. What does that go to? Does that just go up here? No, it's a whole different hose size. I didn't pull this off. This was already open. Alright, you do that.
Fox Insana said Showtime is very cool. Hers IGNT chat said what? Kawakuri fan said I used to watch anime streamers. Benjamin said
what's an anime streamer? Are you talking about people who live stream like anime shit? How is this connected? Oh, this thing's all the way... Oh, I hate how they did this. Whoever wired this up did a really shitty job. This can go through here. Right? This, I think, can just go under here, right? That's a good spot for it. Maybe through everything. Go through it.
Hers IGNT chat said, okay guys, I have to go. I only came to say hi.
Yeah, alright, peace out. Have a good night.
The Discord Haza. Hers IGNT chat said, BYYY. J Phoenix said, post blank Kawakuri.
Ow.
Said, why Haza? Hers IGNT chat said, okay Ganja.
This thing stabbed me.
Said, buy that D. Kawakuri fan said, people who talked about anime on Steam. Allison.
Ah, it doesn't fit.
Streamer, do I need to have my whole
it's gonna have to come up.
Most of the girls can stream games. Machie said, bye. Allison said, I am joking more.
Ah, that sucks. Maybe it does have to go through where it was.
Allison said, bye HACA.
It should be longer.
Bye guys, good night. Glowing star.
Good night.
Said, bye Dro. Hers IGNT chat said, bye Allison.
What if I go through here? Yeah, this'll work. It's better anyway than how it was.
Allison said, Xanteater. Allison said, let us see how TTS says Jobert. Kalikuri fan said, that robot is kind of creepy long.
Yeah, I know, it is creepy.
The bad dog said, he's never gonna stop calling me daddy now. Allison said, also I am working on your birthday present Joe.
Aw, thanks. I can't wait to see what it is. That's a lot neater now, right? At least I can follow all the wires easier at this point.
Kalikuri fan said, where's your daddy a bad dog? Benjamin said, face with tears of joy. Allison said, I am a bad dog as daddy.
Whoa. Sorry. See, so this is confusing because this clip here should be on the back, right? These can't go backwards, though. I'll have to see later. Like, next time I replace these valve covers, I'll have to see if this fits the opposite way. Because it does. This is the same way that it was, but these would make more sense if they were back there, where these connect to, right? And the same thing for back there. Like, there should be one in the back. But this one has the two holes, so this one's in the right position. But it doesn't make sense to me. Like looking at it, this looks like it's supposed to be on that side. Hi, what's up? What's going on, Paranormal? Hold on, I gotta turn this vacuum on one more time. Alright, there was some dust back there. I just don't want to put this thing back on with the...
Said, what if TTS read our messages and our voices? Benjamin.
Yeah, that would be awesome if they set up a thing where you can like just put your own voice in.
Kalikuri fan said, not possible. A bad dog who said, Joel, you damn cheater, you end the streams to go to sleep and your ass stays awake. Allison said, wait, that one teamwork that essay whole bunch of audio songs.
Yeah, I have a really hard time falling asleep a lot of times. I end up ending the streams and then I fucking just sit there and try to like watch shit until I get tired enough to fall asleep. But if I'm streaming, then I'll never end up getting tired. I'll be up like all night just streaming. And there will come a time and place for that. But right now, I want to get rest because I have other work that I do outside of just streaming. So I don't want to be like all tired while they're calling me and I need to get on conference calls and shit. Alright, put this fucking thing back in.
J Phoenix said, I was like that for past couple of days. Kalikuri fan said, need to fall asleep, just work out all day. Benjamin
I do work out. I mean, in the sense of, I go with Luna and we go on these really long hikes sometimes for hours.
because I had a large Mountain Dew. Benjamin said,
Yeah, see, this thing doesn't turn very well. It's like, it's really, really hard to turn because it's all bent. So I think this is really the only way to do it. It goes clockwise, right? It's a whole lot of ears of corn. Oh, yep, this is it. I bench press when I walk Luna. I'm not gonna make it too tight. I put it like just hand tight. I should paint this bolt red. How does that look? I know it's a little wonky, but it looks better. Looks better than it did. We're one step closer.
Kalikuri fan say, hello Dolly. Allison say, you're always gay, you still cook. J Phoenix say, good.
Oh, and I grabbed that other bolt that fell out yesterday. It fell underneath the vehicle. It's in there now, the screw, from when I pulled this whole thing off.
It has been a long day. Paranormal Dolls say, good. AUG say, hi Mary. Kalikuri fan say, it looks like a thing.
It looking like a thing.
Carrie Brooks say, he.
Does this bracket go here? Let me see. There's this bracket that had fallen out, and I don't know where it goes. Not here. Maybe it goes all the way in the back somewhere. But all it does is it holds one of these things in place, so maybe this one goes back there to hold that thing. But this was found on the other side, though. When I pulled it out from this side, I just don't know where it bolts to, because I looked back there and I didn't see anything. This was already off. Like, it must have been just dangling around back there and, like, bouncing whenever this car was driving. But luckily it was still here, so when I actually get schematics of the motor, I'm going to buy the book that actually says where all of these parts go and how tight they're supposed to be scrolled down and all that shit. So yeah, when I get that, I'm going to take a look at all these, like, weird parts that I keep finding that are not connected to stuff, and I'm gonna actually take whatever I need to apart just to get everything in their right position, and I'll make sure everything's spray painted the right color and everything so it all matches. But yeah, this isn't like a really important piece or anything. This is just a clip to hold one of these plastic things, so I don't, like, it doesn't need to be on, but I really want everything to be as it's supposed to be, you know? Like, I want to kind of restore it in a way. Ah, bug, get off me, get off me, get off me. He's trying to go in my pants. That's like a big ass crane fly. Keep flying in my face. Okay, so I'm gonna document this so that I have record of it. This is the part number of the piece that I ended up getting for this valve, or sorry, the valve gasket or whatever.
Search the oil cap. Paranormal dolls say bug crazy.
Okay. Man, I can't do that during the day.
The drone changed the oil before you drive.
Oh yeah, look at this. I got all oil and the transmission fluid. So here's the oil, and then I got transmission fluid as well. So I'm gonna switch it all, and I want to wait before I drive it and before I do the oil change. I'm gonna actually get a new oil pan. Yeah, that's what it's called. A new oil pan and a new gasket. I already got a new filter as well. It's here somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe on the table somewhere. But yeah, I got a new oil filter as well. So I will switch all that stuff out once I get a new oil pan. But I gotta wait till like I get paid next month before I can do that, because I can't afford that right now. It's like, I mean, you know, it's like probably gonna be like around maybe $100 or under, like $60 to $100, I want to say. That sounds about right for oil pans, depending on what kind you get. I actually did look for a new one of those oil caps in the store while I was in there today. They didn't have the kind that I needed, but it's fine because I gotta find this other one anyway. I obviously have to find it before I drive this thing around, so it doesn't knock into like a belt and like fucking fly off. This is not a V6, it's a V8. It's a 7.2 liter 440. The transmission's 727. Said it like a million times, but I'll keep saying it so you guys know. If you want to find out stuff about it and you guys are looking it up, that's what's in there. And okay, so the actual van, I got a hold of somebody on another YouTube channel who was fixing a motor just like mine, and I hit him up and I asked him a couple questions. He said that the van is actually called a CB300. Let me look it up. Okay, look up CB300 Dodge. Okay, that's the van that this thing is. It's a 77. So check this out. This is my RV completely ripped open. Let me show you what it looks like. I'm going to show you what it's supposed to look like, okay? Okay, check this out. So this here is the RV with the top and the sides and everything, all of the appliances, everything completely open. So if I were to rip the whole house off of the RV, it would be this CB300 van with the back just cut open. That's all it is. Here's the motor. It's exactly the same as mine, except they have a couple different like upgraded parts and shit. Wait a second. Why is the fucking... they are backwards. So the guy who fucking put these on last time did put them on backwards. Because look, the clips are on this fucking side. I was right. I was fucking right. I knew it. Okay, well that's fine. It's not going to cause a problem because the valve covers are still like sealed correctly. But I fucking knew it. I'm going to have to move these around next time I do a valve cover change. I'll have to keep that in mind. And if I forget, you guys tell me. Yeah, it's a 77. But look, this guy like rebuilt his too. I guess he painted his blue again. But look at this shit. It looks nice. He put a new carb up there. It's a smaller one, but it's probably got a nicer head than that big fucking monster. He got like caps for the like hubcaps or whatever. Mine are completely open. Like these things are missing and it looks like shit. Actually, this is is that fucking, why is it 3 arrows? Is that like Mitsubishi? Isn't that a Mitsubishi logo? But yeah, this guy's, he's got like a whole fucking thing on rv.net. There's like a forum post about it. But look, the whole interior is like completely redone. He's got a brand new fridge in there. And this doghouse thing looks way nicer in his too. Look at this. So it's the same vehicle, but it looks a little different. Like this top dash is all black, and then these vents are different than what I have. So it might be a different year, but this doghouse looks exactly the same as mine, except mine doesn't have this cover that has a cup holder. I was wondering, like, why the fuck doesn't this thing have a cup holder? But it's a piece that looks like it's missing off of mine that was attached up here. So I'll have to find if I can find one of these online to replace it, or I could just buy one of those cup holder things from like AutoZone, those cheap ones, and just like drill it down with a screw and it'll hold my cups in place or whatever. And then he's got a different radio too and shit, obviously. But yeah, it's a big open, like, it's a big open van with a house on it. I should just rip everything out and let Luna run around like a maniac back here. Just rip everything the fuck out and then just bring a tent with me. Now you want one? What are you talking about? Just raid for self-driving RVs. Oh man, you seen those self-driving trucks that they have now? I think Elon Musk just got in trouble because he did one, and what was it, like Walmart that had a self-driving truck, or maybe it was like UPS? I don't know. There's another big company who's fighting with Elon Musk about stealing the design for these automatic trucks. But imagine having one of those drive the RV. I could just sit in the back with Luna, just chill, right? Yeah, but this, let me see what else. It looks like he kept the same, these are the same exact thing. So remember, oh, wait, here it is. It's different. Okay, so remember I was telling you guys like 2 days ago about how there was like 2 different brothers who made these styles of RVs, but then they had like a falling out, or maybe they were just friends and not brothers. I don't know the real story. Anyway, I think this is pretty much the same RV, but from the other company. So it's not a Robin Hood, but it's the same van, it's the same setup as mine, but it's still a different RV. So some of the parts are a little different, but most of it's set up exactly the same. It looks like they ripped out the other seat too, the passenger seat. Oh, and this seat's padded. Mine's not padded, mine's leather. Man, I should probably take all this shit open at some point so that I can actually replace these pieces of wood that are all rotting. So while I'm driving, this whole house doesn't just fly off, especially in the back. This back here, it's had a lot of leaks and shit, so I bet all that wood is completely rotten and fucked up. So I'll have to actually rip it apart one day. What's that down there? Is there like... Oh, that's where my toilet goes, but looks like they have a storage thing under there. Maybe they have a couch back here in a bedroom instead of a bathroom. Because I remember some of these had bedrooms in the back and not a bathroom. So, that was a 2012 post, too. Let me see what else. That's so cool. Look, here's a side view and a back view of it ripped open. Make it a fake taxi RV and a party bus. Well, it will be pretty much a party bus in a sense. I'm gonna put like, eventually I want to put like good speakers in here, and then maybe I'll put like my amp and my subwoofer in here too, and I can set up the lights and shit. It would be kind of cool. But for the most part, the most important things I have to set up first is the stuff to make it safe for Luna to travel with me. Right now, I can't drive alone in this vehicle with her. She'll jump out this door on the side, She knows how to push it open. Even when it's locked, she can push through it. So I have to like fix stuff like that. And then this whole front end here is open. So if she will freak out and she will start looking out this window and like jumping on this seat, but then she'll want to go and jump on top of me while I'm driving. And I mean, imagine I'm driving this huge ass fucking vehicle. I don't need a wolf dog jumping on my lap while I'm driving. So it's already hard to handle this thing as it is because it's really old. You have to really baby it, and when you're driving, you have to listen for weird noises to make sure that nothing's going to break down while you're driving. So having Luna in the back, like freaking out about trying to get out, is a huge distraction for me driving. And I won't be distracted if I can like seal this place up correctly. Like seal the windows up so she can't open them while I'm driving. Put some kind of a lock on them or something. Or a gate, like, you know, those like metal grating things. I can put one of those. Maybe on the outside actually, because I wanted to make it look kind of cool anyway, so I can always put the fences on the outside. I don't need to put one on the back, so that'll be open for emergency exit still. Yeah, look. See, he took the whole house off of the van, and that's what it looks like. That's kind of cool. It's not really that she's scared of cars. Like, she enjoys jumping in my car with me. She'll jump right in and we can go for a ride. It's really difficult to drive with her though because she doesn't sit still. So she wants to like stand on top of me on my lap like while I'm driving. She tries to jump from behind me onto my lap while I'm driving. Like she won't sit still in a vehicle, and she gets way too excited about going out places. But then when I put her inside the RV, because it's so old and rickety, like it makes a lot of fucking loud sounds while you're driving it. Everything is loud, like you're driving a house. So everything makes a lot of noise. And that really freaks her out. So what I've been planning for like a year already, and I've been talking about this on my videos, is I want to fix the RV enough to where I can make it to where I can just drive her maybe 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away to a park, and show her that if she gets in the RV and we drive 10-15 minutes away and she calms down, she's going to go for a walk and she's going to have a nice experience, and we're going to go to a park or whatever, and we can spend all day at the park and then drive back home. So she'll realize the RV isn't like a bad thing. But the time that I moved and took her in the RV, like my friend didn't really help me. And that's the whole reason why my friend came with me on the trip to move to begin with. But I didn't really get the help that I needed in holding her back and everything. So I had to fucking chain her up. And she was uncomfortable and she was crying the whole time. I mean, I drove for 5 days with Luna just crying and screaming in the back because she was chained up. But she didn't have a choice because she tried to jump out the door, you know, a couple times. So I had to chain her up. And my friend was like too scared shitless to sit in the back because my ex-girlfriend told her that I was going to drive off a cliff with the RV and kill us all. So like she fucking thought that I was really going to do that. So she wouldn't sit in the back with Luna like she was supposed to. That's why I flew her in and everything to begin with. So she sat up front with me the whole time to make sure I wasn't doing anything stupid. And like Luna freaked out the whole fucking trip. And I don't want to have that experience for her. Like, I don't want Luna to see this RV and, like, think that it's a bad thing. She's going to get chained up and she's going to have, like, a really bad experience. I want her to associate it with, like, going hiking and having fun and going camping and all that kind of shit. Eventually, if I have the money or if I can sell this thing when it's good enough, like, I can sell it and just get a working one that's brand new. Then a lot of those noises will go away, like all the loud rickety sounds. She wasn't really scared of Luna being a wolf dog. She wasn't that scared of Luna. She was able to hold Luna and deal with her and everything. But when I had her sit in the back one time, Luna scratched her pretty bad because Luna was trying to come up front with me and she was holding her by the leash. And you gotta understand, like, Luna's like 100 pounds of muscle, and you have to have a lot of strength to hold a dog this size. Imagine holding it all day and all night, trying to get her to stop coming up front and jumping on my lap while I'm driving. It's just too much, you know? Like, it's too much for anything to... It was stressful. It was really, really stressful. And I don't want her to constantly be stressed out when she's in this vehicle. I know for a fact that I can get Luna to enjoy going on trips and stuff. But I need an RV that's quiet. I need an RV that's not, like, fucking rickety and broken and old. But this is what I have at the moment. This is all I could afford at the time when I got it. And it helped me. It helped me move. That was the whole purpose of me buying it, was for me to move. I was going to move and then just sell it. But then I was like, you know, I have it. I might as well have some fun in it. So let me go on a couple trips. Let me fix it up some, you know, make some use of it. And I think it's perfectly doable. I'm perfectly capable of doing the things that need to be done to fix this RV up. I pulled the window out today. I gotta still wash that. So I'll probably actually get off stream in a bit so that I can go do that, because I want to clean that up and put it back on the window. I just kind of wanted to document some of the things that I was doing today and talk to you guys about, like, what's going on with everything, I guess. Yeah, your German Shepherd has scratched you before in the car? Yeah, I mean, imagine your German Shepherd, like, but way more skittish. You know, like, at least German Shepherds know they can ride in a car and be fine a lot of the times, especially if you're just bringing them to a dog park. But, you know, like, I was going to live stream and make videos about that whole trip with the RV, and I ended up not, because I didn't want people telling me that I was abusing my dog because I chained her up in the back and, like, whatever. But I didn't have a fucking choice. Like, I had to move. I had to leave, and I couldn't leave Luna. I wasn't going to get rid of her. So, of course, I did what I had to do to get her here, and she's fine. You know, she made it. We made it safe in one piece, and that was awesome. But now I want to do some fun shit with her, you know, like, because that was not fun at all. And I didn't end up shooting any video. I shot very little video. And the video that I did shoot, I completely chopped it up just to kind of show, like, highlights of the trip. But I didn't ever talk about all the bad shit that happened. I didn't videotape all the bad shit that happened. I was too stressed out. The last thing I could think of was, like, picking up a camera and talking to it, you know. I didn't want anybody to see that shit. It was really bad. But there was a lot of really, really beautiful views, though. That was kind of cool. So I took a lot of pictures, and that was some of the video that I put on my YouTube channel. Oh, she holds on to you and scratches you? Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. It can be like that with Luna, too. She can get really crazy sometimes. What else? I know I gotta start washing the outside of this thing too. Last time I actually washed the RV, it was like the paint was just completely coming right off of it. So I bought this scrub brush that's right here, and I'm gonna use that. I'll probably live stream it. I'll get in a bathing suit, I'll put on a nice little tube top, come out and soap up the RV. We'll do a donation stream. Oh, the 360 view of the store, that's not a problem. I figured out that I called Google, somebody that I have a contact with there. They told me that it's a problem on their end, and they have to fix it. So they did end up fixing the broken image for the 360 VR view, but they didn't actually, like, put the VR view back. They put an outside view, like an outside of the store view of 360. But what used to be there was an inside view, so you can actually, it looks like you're walking through the store, and you can, like, move the camera around so you can see what's to your right, what's to your left, what's above you. Like, it was a whole 360 VR view. It was really cool. And they told me it was just something that they broke on their end, and it's still not fixed yet. They just have the outside view and a couple other things. It constantly changes. Like, I have the embed code on the website, and the image, like, every few days when I look at it, they put a different one on there. So I don't know if they're just trying to fix it still and there's an issue, or if I gotta call them back. I don't fucking know. I'm just gonna keep bothering them until they tell me that it's fixed. But for the next few days, I was saying that I'm free. That's why I've been live streaming a lot more, because the guy that I'm doing this work for, he's got stuff to do on his end. Like, he's got to go fix a bunch of new products that need images. He's got like hundreds of products on his website that are missing the appropriate images. They're all new stuff that just came in and got into stock. So he's going to take the next few days to do that. And while he's doing that, I have like a little work that I can do here and there on his website. But for the most part, I'm going to be free to do these live streams and work on the RV and whatever else I want to do. And it's been getting kind of cool out. Like the weather's been changing and it's been really nice at night. Like right now it's probably in the mid 60s, maybe low 70s. So it's perfect for me to take this RV out. So I want to get it fixed up like as soon as possible so that I can at least take it on a couple trips and test it out. Like maybe by myself without Luna. And I won't have to worry about it getting like super hot and burning me up in the cab here without AC because the temperature's becoming really nice. During the summer, there's no way. Like, I need to have AC in here working. Because this thing, I don't like driving around with this thing because I have to lay it inside of the bathtub in the bathroom. Otherwise, it just like rolls around in here, falls all over the place, and it'll knock into Luna, or Luna will knock it over. So I have to like, I have to keep it like laying in the bathroom, and then you hear it like bouncing around in there in the shower. So it's even when it's laying down. So like, I want to figure everything out like that. All this kind of shit, you know? You can't handle anything above 71. Since my AC broke, I've actually been okay because of the temperature has been a little bit better here. So inside the house, it's been around like 75. And it still gets kind of warm during the day. I can always bring this thing inside if I need to. But for now, it's not hot enough to where I'm like dying or anything. I am going to have to get that AC fixed before the winter though, because it's going to get really fucking cold and I'm not going to have a way to heat the house properly. I have a fireplace, but that thing isn't going to heat the whole house. It's only going to heat my streaming room. And if I go anywhere else in the house, it's going to be freezing cold. And it's probably better that I fix it before then. And that's the thing too, like if the live view doesn't work for me and I return it, I'm going to use that money to fix my AC. But I didn't really rush to fix the AC because the live view I can use every day and it's going to bring me more money because it's part of my job. But at the same time, if I fix the AC now, then I still have to wait a few months before I can go get the live view. So I figured, why not do something that'll actually make me earn more money first and then worry about the AC later. People that are around me, a few of them have met Luna, and everyone who has met her so far has been really cool. So I haven't had any problems. Everybody kind of loves her because she's really sweet with people. And I limit her howling, so at nighttime when she's outside, she doesn't howl past 9 o'clock at night. So I don't have to worry about like her bothering the neighbors and shit. It gets really cold in Illinois. Yeah. Yeah, I have live streams and videos that I have on my channel from this past winter, and you guys saw the snow in the cemetery and everything. It snowed like a lot, and it got pretty cold. There were a couple nights where even with the heat on, I was still like kind of cold. That guy still has his radio on really loud. I hear it. All right, so I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go finish cleaning up that window so I can put it in the back there. And then tomorrow, maybe what I'll do is I gotta put the cover back on this, so I gotta rebuild the cover. I have everything right here for it, and right here. So I have to put all those back on the doghouse and get it all clipped back in correctly, so that I can turn it on and maybe even go for a little bit of a test drive once I clean all this shit up. Another project is going to be getting the furnace to work. I'm going to get that completely opened up one day. And I'm going to make sure that, because I still have propane in the tank, so I can probably check it and make sure whether or not it turns on. Hopefully there's no fucking leaks and I don't blow anything up. But hey, if I blow it up, I don't have to fix it up anymore, right? Alright, Jay, have a good night. Oh yeah, Abaddon, the website's fine on mobile, but right now what I'm working on is actually porting over their new online like store, their actual web store, because they're not going to use the main website that I built for them to have the store. They're using another platform because it ties into their POS system. So that's the part that I'm working on now. The front end shit is not, you know. But anyway, all right. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night. I appreciate you guys hanging out on stream. And I'll make this video live at some point when it's done rendering so that I can have record of everything that I'm doing. So, peace out. Have a good night. Bye.